When I think about what's happening and the changes across enterprises, and we work mostly with large Fortune 1000 companies, it becomes obvious that the researcher's role is changing quite a bit with the introduction of new technology. I think it's clear that researchers, their role will evolve, and it's not scary, actually. I think it's a really exciting opportunity. Researchers will become storytellers for the organization. There's too much time being wasted by researchers being like the PA on a movie set. And I really like this concept of the researcher becoming the director, where with the technologies that are being introduced at the enterprise, at every level, at every single point of the survey value chain, for example, how data gets cleaned, how surveys get designed, how we think about prepping data, all the work that has to happen before you can even sort of start to think about connecting dots and what does this mean for the organization, and then ultimately delivering it, right? Like, what is the mechanism by which researchers spend hours just even after they have a story putting together the PowerPoint or putting together the report that then goes out and then has to be presented. And I think that all of that friction in the value chain is going to be systematically alleviated. And it's going to free up researchers to do what they love to do, which is storytelling, which is using their domain expertise to connect dots and to craft insights, which is really just the shortest story but you can tell between a data point and ultimately an action that the organization takes. I mean, this is really fundamentally why researchers love what they do broadly is to make evidence-based recommendations or decisions based on their understanding of why people are behaving the way that they are. And I think that there's a really cool set of technologies, not just in the analysis space where we are, but just broadly how surveys get designed, how they get distributed, how they get cleaned and prepped, how blockchain will ultimately play a role, how business intelligence tools like Tableau, et cetera, will play a role in the distribution. And as you noted, the democratization of insights. I think that this swirl of technologies are no longer just sort of ideas, but you're seeing them be implemented in different ways. And researchers who have spent a long time being the PA on the movie set are going to start to be the director of the data. And I think that all of these tools at our disposal are going to be, are going to make them heroes, are going to make them feel like superheroes and get back to doing things that are powerful. And especially in uncertain, volatile environments like where we are now, right? Like, we're in an extraordinarily volatile time in the world and our culture with the pandemic and other things. And I find that organizations that recognize that begin to really double down on the data. They start to say, well, we can't just throw things at the wall. We don't have extra budget or excess experiments that we can be doing. But instead, like, let's found all of our assumptions in data. Let's really prove out what we think should work and really understand our customers.